Well, I think it's day number 347,000 of my quarantine due to the coronavirus. And not only have I lost my taste and smell, I'm also losing my fucking mind. I'm pretty sure I have what the doctors call a mild case, but I'm a big baby in almost every situation where I don't feel good. And since my wife doesn't suffer fools easily, I'm spending a lot of time in the studio by myself. She claims it's so I don't get anybody else sick, but everybody else is already sick, so I think she just thinks I'm a jerk. And in case you're not up to speed on what's going on, I have COVID. I'm hotboxing it here in the studio, and I don't want to kill my partner. So we've decided to take a break, let me rest and recover, and we'll get back to it just as soon as we can. In the meantime, we know that people hate it when we rerun old episodes, so we're not doing that. We're digging deep into the TCB archives, into the 100 hours of material that has never been released for one reason or the other. Mainly, it's not good material. But amongst the trash, there is always treasure, and I'm digging in like a root canal trying to find it. And while I've been stuck all by my lonesome here in this studio, I've been getting reconnected with music. I've been watching old MTV videos on YouTube. I've been tuning into the latest and greatest to find out what the kids are listening to these days, and I may have even listened to a Willow Smith song or two. It got me thinking. Krissy and I have done a lot of talking about music on this podcast, and wouldn't you know it, a couple of those hours are in the can. They've never been released. So this is going to be a music-focused episode of the best of, the worst of, the Commercial Break podcast. First up, we're going to take a turn to the left a little bit. For those of you that are not aware, bringing you up to speed, I used to be in a band in my teenage years. The band's name was 33 Willy, and I was the singer. If you've listened to any amount of this podcast, you already know all you need to know about this band. We were horrible and had absolutely no chance in hell of any kind of success. But we did manage to put together a few original songs, and we played a senior citizen home or two and one house party. One of the band members got in touch with me when he heard the podcast, and he had a copy of that live show, the one we did at a house party in the middle of the afternoon to absolutely nobody. Well, I figured what was good for the goose is good for the gander. If I'm going to have fun at everybody else's expense, might as well have fun at my own. So Krissy and I spent one episode suffering through the live CD of my band 33 Willy, which by the end of the episode we affectionately named 33 Pete. So there's the inside joke in case you hear that on the show. And while I promised myself and Krissy we would never ever play that again, we have had a ton of feedback on that episode. A lot of people thought it was funny. I think they just like hearing me suffer, quite frankly. And so, to get this music-focused episode started, I'm going to go back to the well. I'm going to play just a little bit of something that has been released. This is Krissy and I listening to 33P live at Shady Oaks House Party. And I'll be back in just a little while to introduce the second, never-before-heard segment of this episode of the best of, the worst of, the Commercial Break podcast. Enjoy. I guess I'm going to have to do this.
Yeah, no more stalling.
I'm so nervous
Bryan.
about this.
I know. Well,
okay.
It's just, the time has come.
Here's the story.
You're a good man, a big man.
I'm a big man.
For doing this.
I'm a man of my word. I don't want anyone to say that I didn't do this, because I did do this. This may be the first and last time this ever gets played on the Commercial Break, and who knows how long this episode stays out there. I'm just going to put that out there.
Could be brief.
Here's the deal. I'm 15 years old, and I start a band with a couple of friends of mine, Dan and Mike. I won't give away their last names in case they don't want to be heard.
Yeah.
Dan is an incredibly talented, like an idiot savant type musician. He can play multiple instruments extraordinarily well. He's such a great technical musician. And he is the lead guitarist and or the bassist of our band. And then there's Mike, who is a drummer, a self-taught drummer, and he's very good himself. Mm-hmm. And then there is me, and I am playing guitar, and I am singing, and I'm writing the songs.
Oh, okay.
To the band that we named 33 Willy. So bad. At one point, we got asked to go. I think this is actually our first show. We got asked to go and play a house party. We had been practicing in Dan's attic for like a year and making up these horrible, horrible songs that you're about to hear. And at one point, we got asked to play a house party. Somebody that Dan knew was having a house party. Their parents were out of town. It's like a Saturday afternoon at like 11:15 in the afternoon. I mean, it was like totally not conducive to this music. I'm not saying this is because it's going to make any of the music any better if it was at night, but I'm trying to give myself some excuse. It's like 11:15 in the afternoon. We're playing in someone's living room. We've moved all the furniture mainly out of the way, so now it's circling the room. And people are sitting on couches. Well, a person is sitting on a couch. And we're playing in front of a fireplace in someone's pedestrian house.
Okay.
In north of Atlanta. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Here is how this is. The CD covers from the beginning until the end of the concert. Now I don't have the time to play all of it, so I've got to be choosy. Every so
Choose
they.
wisely.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's just start. This is the beginning. This is us getting warmed up.
I like
This
it.
is a little mood music.
I can hear a little twinge of like a Pearl Jammy thing.
Oh yeah, there's a Pearl Jammy thing going on. Oh my god. Tuning up the instruments, getting ready.
Yeah,
you gotta prepare properly. You want to make sure.
You gotta be sure everything's
good to
in
go.
tune.
It's like when Fish does a jam,
Right.
and they're like, they're in between jams.
Exactly.
And they're transitioning. Yeah.
You started with the transition.
We end with a transition. It's like starting a sentence with and ending it with a preposition.
You're getting going.
This is so bad. This is the 26-minute intro.
Well,
We're just so scared. If we just keep twanging around, eventually a song will come out. We don't have to play the ones we wrote. We're already 5 minutes in. We haven't even played a song. No wonder people left. They were like, who are these guys tuning their instruments?
call me when they're done.
Yeah. You guys should have taken care of that outside or something.
Let's do a sunny side up.
Okay.
Sunny side up.
Sunny side up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm going to go hide in the corner while you listen. This is so bad.
It's probably not that bad.
Hoadley. It's that bad. It's that bad. It's so bad. I'm so embarrassed. Okay. All right. Oh my God.
Okay. Nice.
There's the only talented musician in the group playing the bass line.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, we should have kept it like that. It should have been the whole song. You just keep on going, man.
It's all you.
Mike and I are heading. We're gonna go upstairs and smoke a cigarette. We'll be back when the important part starts. I think there's another guitarist. I don't know who he
Okay.
is. It's very Doors-ish.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
Very moody.
This is the end.
This is the end of your musical career, my friend. This is perfect for 11:15 on a
Right.
Saturday afternoon.
You know. I'm going to bring things down a
Yes.
bit.
Let me bring it so far down you can't hear me singing.
Yeah. I'm picturing.
Yeah, with all the drugs I'm taking.
Nice. Well, you kicked it up a notch.
Oh, man. We're at like a 13. The party's at like a 1. Oh, back down. Get moody again.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
If you notice there, I started singing way before I was supposed to. I'm 15. Give me a break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. I mean, good for you to try.
Thanks, Hoadley. I appreciate that.
No, I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere.
This is where we started. And the podcast is where we ended. Listen to my voice. I sound like Scott Stapp from Creed. Rah! Run it right up!
I mean, the bass line is good, I think.
It is.
At least that.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to give it up to Dan.
Got the
Yeah,
beat
no,
going.
Mike's good. Mike's a good, solid drummer.
Yeah. Sunny side up.
Sunny side up! What am I making, breakfast? This is my heavy metal song about Waffle House.
You've always had a love for Waffle House.
I never stop.
Oh yeah, take it back down.
Oh, yeah.
Get moving.
Guitar solo.
All right. Is that you?
I don't know, actually. I don't know if this is me, if there's someone else. Because we had a second guitarist sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that guy is with us or not.
Okay.
Sounds like me. Sounds pretty bad. By the way, this is the same talentless guitar playing that I impressed Astrid's parents with.
Right.
Also, my singing voice. Sunny side up! Sunny side up!
Well, in fairness, it was like a time when there was a lot of, angst and screaming, and grunge was kind of,
If I'm 15,
around.
this is 1991.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is this is just when Pearl Jam and Nirvana have come out. I mean, not even. Yeah, I don't even think some of these albums had even been out.
Like Alice in Chains.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we are just channeling that energy is what we are.
Oh, yeah.
The crowd is really responding to us by walking out the door.
You were wearing your Doc Martens.
I was. Same Doc Martens I was wearing at 22 with the Fish
Did you have a
concert.
chain? Like with the...
Oh, you know I did. Oh, you know I did. And not a small chain.
Right.
A long chain, like down below my knee. And not a real chain either, the kind that gets wet and it starts peeling. Because I'm 15 and I can't order it.
Right.
I can afford a Fender Stratocaster, but I can't get a pair of shoes, clean underwear, or a chain that works. But sunny side up! Oh, it's so bad.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself.
Sometimes like people, they like meditate to their former self. You know what I'm saying? They believe in the string theory and multiple universes, and time is just a dilation, and you can talk to your younger self.
Okay.
I just keep telling my younger self, you're eventually behind a microphone. Right. You're not much better at that either, but at least you're not screaming, "Sunny side up!" And where are these lyrics coming from? I'm talking about all the drugs I'm taking.
Oh, well.
Oh, man. I bet I have the lyrics somewhere in one of these lyric books. I should bet.
Books, yeah.
There's 22 songs in here, folks. So there will be another episode of this, and I will try and get out the lyric book.
You were like a season of 21 Jump Street.
I was. Well, a couple of them are cover tunes.
Oh, right.
We actually do the end, I think, by the Doors.
Oh, okay. That
And
makes
we
sense.
do and Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine, which is a song that had just come out. So this must be 1992, actually, probably.
Okay.
Here we go now.
Here we go now.
Here we go now. I'm channeling my inner Anthony Kiedis. Here we go now. All three of the notes we're playing sound really good.
Do you want to know what the rest of the song says? I've only heard Sunny Side Up.
Well, you can't hear me because I'm not talking. I'm not actually singing in the microphone.
Yeah.
This is the thing that I remember doing. This is, by the way, it's just. Can you imagine being at an afternoon brunch house party and this is what's coming at
No
you?
one was brunching. Let's be real.
No, they were doing
There
keg
was a
stands in the
keg.
back.
Yeah, there was a keg.
Smoking pot,
Yeah,
just trying to chill
parents
out.
are out. You take advantage what time of the day. It doesn't matter. What time
Yeah,
of
that's
the day.
correct. All these guys were hoping Widespread Part 2 was walking in the door and they got Creed. 5 years before Creed was a thing. They're like, wow, that's a really bad impression of Eddie Vedder.
Well, you couldn't get any better. So you got 33 Willy.
You couldn't get Eddie Vedder or any better. So there you go. Hey, we paid inside the budget, which was $0.00. I don't even think we got free beer at that place. Anyway.
You just needed the experience.
Oh, we got plenty of experience. I remember a thing that I did.
I want the one where you fell off the stage.
Oh yeah. I think my singing got a little less like like imitative. Like I wasn't trying to imitate somebody. Here, clearly, what I'm doing is I'm trying to imitate a bunch of different singers of the time.
Yes.
And I'm not using my own voice. Not that my own voice was that much better. I was not a great singer in any stretch of the imagination. But what I've noticed about some of these old recordings, I have a habit of moving away from the microphone because I think I'm scared of being heard. Right? It's scary.
Yeah.
But then when I get loud, I'm like, okay, well, I might as well just scream at this point.
Kick it in.
Sunny side up!
Yeah.
I like my eggs and sunny side up!
Here we go now. Sunny side up.
Covered and smothered! Extra bacon! Cream in my coffee! The fuck am I thinking?
What were some of the other names of your songs? Do you
Oh,
remember?
God,
Do you
yeah.
remember?
I've got them right here. Slide. Here's one called Slide.
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 on
I think the Goo Goo Dolls then stole our song. Remember that? Why don't you slide?
I don't think it was
Yeah, that was
Slide.
it. Why don't you slide? That was it.
I think
It was most
called-
definitely.
I think it was called Smile. No?
No, Slide.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you slide?
Dun, 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 dun,
Remember the
dun.
Goo Goo Dolls?
Oh, yeah.
They were like a hardcore punk
Goo.
band that turned into like, you know, the Goo 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 Goo. Goo 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 Gaga. Goo Goo Gaga. Why don't you slide? What other songs did they sing? God, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were bad. It was bad.
we'll
We
look
all
it up
sang their
later.
songs
We
back
did.
then, but
Yeah,
it's
they were
bad.
everywhere.
Yeah, you don't hear those songs on the radio anymore. Okay, this is by 33 Willy. Before we were known as 33 Willy, we were known as Slowhead. That was the name of the band. Slowhead, make up your own interpretation of that one.
yeah.
Yes. 15-year-old boys.
Dean Bodie Show.
Slowhead.
Slow ahead.
Slowhead.
Oh my God.
It's so bad. It's so cringeworthy.
So 33 Willy.
Slowhead.
Head
and Chopper
Johnson.
I don't think
all
s-
have references
yeah.
to penis.
I want to say this. I don't think Slowhead was my idea. I don't know whose it was, but it wasn't mine. I would have never named my band Slowhead. 33 Willy was a much better name.
Was this the same band too, where you showed up and Tina dropped you off and you were?
That's Chopper Johnson.
That's Chopper Johnson. Yeah.
That's the act. Like this is a teenage band,
Yeah.
right? This is a high school band.
Right.
We're doing this thinking that we're
Garage.
going to be famous. Yeah. Obviously the talent is not there yet. I don't know where the talent scouts were. Clearly. I mean,
you were still developing
yeah.
in many ways.
Puberty basically was how we were developing. I was still waiting for my balls to drop. Something's on up! I just can't get over how bad that is. This is my teenage band, but then in my early 20s, I joined a band called that I affectionately named at some point Chopper Johnson. We named Chopper Johnson
Right.
at some point. Chopper Johnson was a more adult band. They were. I don't even know what that means.
Meaning you were adults in it?
Meaning we had to do porn to pay the bills? I don't know. I think we played at a strip club once. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Oh my God.
Meaning they were older than I was.
It was a more mature
Yes.
band, if
And
you
they
will.
had recorded albums. They were like, and they had the same, their manager was the touring manager for Rush. So
Wow.
their band manager was the touring manager for Rush.
I mean, that's big.
They were going places
Yeah,
until I showed up. They were well on their way
And then you joined.
until I came and took a hammer to the track.
Torpedo.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to change the name to Chopper Johnson.
Yes, that's right.
And I'm going to sing. And we're going to really take off.
Have you guys ever heard of 33P? No? Let me play you one of our classics. Sunny side up. Sunny side up. Oh my! Listen to the cheers. Listen to the crowd. Not one person clapped. Not one fucking person said anything. They were all like, "Wow,
Okay.
I guess we should come back later." What time do you say your parents get home? 7. Can we come back around 6? Will these guys still be here? Oh my god, I'm laughing so hard I'm crying. I don't know if I'm laughing because I'm embarrassed. This was yeah. So when I knocked on
years
that
ago,
when I knocked on that door,
if you did this last week, then you could be embarrassed.
I couldn't have done
years
this
ago.
last week. Imagine and a little record label had picked us up. You know what I would be? I would be like Puddle of Mud. That's what I would be like. I would be like that Wes Scantling guy running around drunk and high on heroin trying to explain my music. And people would say,
what Sunny side up means.
Yeah, people would say, don't worry, everything old comes new again. Not for some people. I don't see the Goo Goo Dolls running around with a farewell tour. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work that way for some people. I don't want to be running the, Boys to Men, What's Left of NSYNC, and 33P. What is that music compilation? Time Life Music Collection presents the best of 33P. Enjoy all the old classics like Sunny Side Up and Slide. You can only find this collection exclusively on Time Life.
I would love to see
music.
a VH1 Behind the Music with 33B.
I'd like to see any of us survive 50 years old.
I'm picturing you like a stool. Y'all are all kind of hanging out. There's a black curtain behind you.
Picturing stool is about right for 33P. We also were playing behind the porta potties at this particular party. Not one person clapped.
Tough crowd.
Yeah, tough crowd. Tough crowd. A crowd insinuates that there were more than one person listening. That didn't happen. So to get back to the story, when I showed up with Tina, I answered a personal, like not a personal ad, but an ad in like the Creative Loafing, a local alternative trade rag. Looking for singer. Mm-hmm. Band with whatever, album, looking for singer. And so that's when I showed up at the door. Tina dropped me off, and the guy was like, yeah, here, take these songs and call us back in a week with some ideas. And I was like, I don't have a car or a phone. But I still have my Blue Dog Martens from 33P.
Oh.
You want to listen to Slide? Why not? Why not?
Oh, yeah,
we're in it now.
Yeah, we're in it. I heard a woo.
I think that was us. I think that was me.
Or maybe it was the dog.
It was Mike. It was Scoot. Yeah, his name was Scoot. We called him Scooter. We called him Scooter. Scooter. It was the dog. Hey, Mike's drumming pretty good here. Yeah, he's getting going. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but Mike's going. I'm sure I'm going to come in and ruin the song at any moment. Yep, there I am. Remember Rob Zombie?
This is kind of Metallica, yeah.
Remember White Zombie?
Yes,
yes.
White
I
Zombie.
sound like the guy from White Zombie.
Yeah.
Why am I trying to emulate the guy from White Zombie?
Oh, he was successful.
Was it White Zombie? Yeah, it was White Zombie. No, not White Zombie. Wasn't White Zombie was with? Oh, that was the Cranberries. Never mind.
seem like you're getting more confident.
Yeah, or drunk. One of the two, I'm not sure. Well, I'm getting more confident because I realize no one's listening.
Because you are getting drunk.
Yeah, I realize no one's listening.
Okay.
At this point, there's no one in the crowd. So I'm like, oh, I'm playing to nobody. Just like when we're playing in the attic. Yeah. I think I've been disarmed by the fact that there is no one there.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of treating it now like band practice, right? And at band practice, we can be as bad as we want to be.
Right.
And it shows.
Never tell me something. What you looking for?
What you looking for? To be fair to those of you who were not born or around in the 90s, there was much worse music than this that was playing on the radio.
Yeah.
Not the singing, but the actual music part. I just want to let you know that.
This is Daniel Westby slapping on our face like he knows how to do it. That's funny practice at home.
What?
I said, this is Dan slapping on the bass. He's had plenty of practice at home. There's some comic relief. Hey, I'm Bryan. I'll be here at Chuckles Laugh Factory all weekend long. Wow, what witty banter, Bryan. It's Jim Morrison-esque.
It is. Has Astrid heard this?
7 miles. Has Astrid? No, she has not. This will be the first time. I'm praying this is one of those episodes she won't listen all the way through.
Mr. Michael Kid Chelsea Armstrong.
I'm Bryan.
I'm Bryan. In case anyone's listening. I'm Bryan, in case you're taking pictures for some magazine. Who cares?
B-R-Y.
I'm Bryan, like I'm introducing myself to people. Like, I'm Bryan, nice to meet you. People are like, dude, enough. I thought Dave's parents were gone and we were going to get hammered. I was going to French kiss my girlfriend. Instead, I got to listen to this shit. You're blocking the stairway. I can't even get to the bedrooms. Fuck, man. Oh, I shouldn't have taken that LSD. Slow head is killing me. The guitar's ripping into me like a million knives.
Hey podcast fans, it's time for the commercial break inside of the commercial break. And we want you to know this summer, Krissy and I are bringing in the world's foremost relationship expert to give relationship advice, and we need your questions to ask. So dial us up, 661-237-8296. That's 661, the word best, the number 2, YO-YO. Text us or leave us a voicemail at 661-237-8296. Or you can drop us a line at tcbpodcast.com. Hit the contact us button and email us your questions. We won't use your name, we promise. Speaking of the website, you can get all the audio and all the video right there at tcbpodcast.com, or go to youtube.com/the commercial break for our entire video library. Krissy and I love doing the show for you. We just ask 2 simple favors in return. Number 1, if you have an extra minute, go to your favorite podcast player and leave us a review and a rating. It really does help grow the show, and more people need to know about this ridiculous podcast. Number 2, if you're ever in the market for our sponsors, products, or services, please use the specialized URLs or codes when given to get a free discount and let those sponsors know TCB cares. TCBpodcast.com, 661-BEST-TO, and youtube.com/the commercial break. We'll be back to this episode of The Commercial Break after we hear from the sponsors. Thanks again. I feel like you deserve a prize just for making it this far in this particular episode. You had to suffer through 33p, just like the 2 people who happened to show up at that house party. So you deserve a prize you shall get. Krissy and I one time did an entire episode on Vince Neil and Motley Crue. I started finding all these really funny videos focusing on Vince Neil's vocal performances. This guy is a hot mess. I'm not ever sure he was a really great singer, but as of late, he's drunk, out of shape, and it appears he just doesn't give a shit. He doesn't know his own lyrics, he gets exhausted just walking on stage, and he's trying to convince everybody in the audience that whatever he's doing to that microphone is actual singing, but it's not. For a couple of different reasons, we never ran that episode. And now, for your prize, the gift at the bottom of the cereal box, I am going to play Krissy and I reviewing Vince Neil, live from Who Fucking Cares, singing the song Kickstart My Heart. Honestly, this is one of the funniest things I have ever heard. I hope you feel the same way. But don't go anywhere after this. I'll be back to present one more segment of this episode of the best of the worst of the Commercial Break podcast. Enjoy.
Go Google Motley Crue Rockin' Rio on YouTube. Search it.
Okay. What year was this from?
2015, I think.
Okay.
So many smarter and funnier guys than me have actually put so we're about to listen to him sing Kickstart My Heart.
Okay.
Vince Neil and the band play Kickstart My Heart. Vince is obviously drunk, fat, out of shape, out of breath. But he barely sings the lyrics. It's like mumble rap. You can't even fucking understand it. So what people have done is they have gone and
made their own
lyrics and put them on the bottom. Now, I don't want to show those because that's somebody else's video. I mean, you get it.
Yes.
I don't want to take credit for somebody else's video. But wait until you hear the trash coming out of this guy's mouth. You don't even need to be watching this video to hear how bad this is. Okay, this is going to come on in 1 second.
Oh, is that Nikki?
That's Nikki. No, that's not Nikki. That's the other guy. The guy who's dead. Nothing like sliding your hand across a guitar for 3 minutes. I can already hear in the comment section. Fuck you, man.
All right.
Just listen. This is so good.
Whoa.
Drive through pudding gonna cover me. He's so bad. Oh, whack out!
Now we got the cops helping me. Midnight 103.
What? Being back 103?
When I get slop, I get high on me. 1, 2, 6, 4, 3, 2, 3. Whack out! Whack out! I think the real lyric is, what is it? Look out! My heart, kickstart my heart, right? But he's like, look out! Whack out! Every inch of his diaphragm is straining to make that noise. He's like, he takes a huge breath in. Whack out! Whack out! You know the old Batman where they had the
pow,
pow, bam. Yeah, there was one that was like wapow, right? Wapow.
Oh, God.
Oh, more.
Wow.
Ready, girls. Ready now.
He's like making cat noises up there.
And then just pumping his fist in the air.
Yeah, he can't move because he's so big, so he just pumps his big fat arm up in the air. I love this.
Kickstart my heart,
but never dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What? Yeah! He sounds like sounds like a dead cat.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, this is what a heart attack looks like live.
Jeez, I know. I feel worried for him, actually. Looking for another good time. I was just able to decipher that.
You can't keep up with the lyrics. He's like, good time. Wow! Look at his pants. He's wearing the same pants I wore for 12 years. The bell bottoms.
Yeah! Ready girls! Yeah!
Pretty girls, yeah. Yeah.
Here comes it. Kick some heart, I'm about to die. You can't remember the lyrics?
No.
And they're, by the way, they're pasted all over the stage. He's got lyric sheets all over the stage. Look down next time they do a stage shot. A lot of musicians do this now, right? Or they have an actual teleprompter. Yeah, I mean, when you, I don't know, Rolling Stones or the Grateful Dead. I mean, I don't know if the Grateful Dead does this, but, I know there's some bands who do this. They have such deep catalogs. Mm-hmm. It's like, I can't remember every single lyric to every single song, even though I wrote it. I mean, I can barely
remember. This was a pretty big hit for them, though. I bet he sung that a ton of times.
Yeah, there weren't too many. It's like Dr. Feelgood, Girls, 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 and this one.
Right, Kickstart My Heart.
All the other ones are like, nah. I could understand.
Wow!
I don't know how he makes it through a whole set.
Yeah.
Yeah. This honestly reminds me of me in that band. Like
33 feet.
So bad, yeah. Yeah. Instead of going like, yeah, he's like, yeah. I can't breathe. Wow. Look at him. He's drenched already.
He's sweating.
He's been out there for 5 minutes. Start my heart, yeah. It's whispering. Start my heart, yeah.
We was on this plan. All we needed was a laugh. Years gone by, say we.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, you have to have the girls on stage to take away from the distraction.
You better have something up there.
Yeah, from Vince not remembering this.
If it's me and you, this is the best thing that ever happened at a concert. We're like, this is incredible. I hope someone's videotaping this. If this is people who actually came to see Motley Crue because they enjoy Motley Crue, they're like, what in the world? He's not even singing words. He's just like, it's a weird series of honking noises.
Ooh, he looks really out of breath.
Yeah, he's out of shape.
Wow! Let's do fire and have girls.
He's giving up now. He's just like, I'm just going to point to the crowd.
Yeah.
Have them sing.
Me,
baby, oh yeah, scattily diddly doo da doo. He's now scatting. He's like scatterly diddly da doo doo. Kickstart my skiddly doo. Wow.
Oh,
it's bad.
I could honestly listen to Vince Neil slaughter his own music all day long. It is one of the most humorous things to me on the internet right now. Vince Neil making a mess of his own songs. Okay, I got one more segment for you, music related. Unlike Motley Crue, Puddle of Mud never saw any kind of sustained success. In this segment, you'll hear that Krissy and I struggle to even remember one name of one song from Puddle of Mud. And I don't think anybody would remember Puddle of Mud if it wasn't for their singer, Wes Scantlin's interesting and rather bizarre behavior on and off stage. In this clip from SiriusXM, where the band manages to get in the studio early in the morning, but it's obvious Wes is worse for the wear. And what does he choose to sing? One of Nirvana's most beloved songs. I have a feeling from the moment that Wes Scantlin woke up, or maybe he was just still up that morning, shit was gonna hit the fan no matter what. Lucky for us, it hit the fan directly in front of the cameras. Here's Krissy and I reviewing Puddle of Mud, singing Nirvana during this most infamous of live performances. I'll be back after this nightmare of a performance to wrap up this episode of the Best of the Worst of the Commercial Break Podcast. Enjoy!
And I'm talking, of course, about one of the greatest bands that has ever lived, really. I mean, when you think of artists, famous artists, like the best rock bands in the world, who do you think of?
Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones.
Certainly. Beatles.
Yeah.
Maybe
Nirvana.
Pearl
Jam.
Maybe you throw in a Grateful Dead in there.
Absolutely.
There's lots of emo bands that were My Chemical Romance. There's you can go on and on and on. You think of all these
My
wonderful.
Morning Jacket.
My Morning Jacket. Willow Smith, who I think is just excellent. I'm all about her right now.
You're a willowing willow.
Yeah. Sixth Dimension. But I think of one band. One band stands out to me. Tantamount amongst the rest.
Okay.
All the rest are small little minions compared to one huge behemoth, juggernaut of a band that came out in the late 90s and kind of had a run through the early 2000s.
Juggernaut.
They're a juggernaut.
I think it's Juggernaut.
It's a juggernaut? I thought it was a juggernaut. It's not a juggernaut?
It's Juggernaut.
Juggernaut? There's no
think.
R in there? There's no R in juggernaut?
I don't know. We'll
Spell
look it
check
up later.
that for me. They had a lot of songs on the radio. They toured relentlessly. They made fans of every person that ever heard them. I'm talking, of course, about Puddle of Mud.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I mean, that was...
Name one of their songs.
I didn't even have to...
Name one of their songs. Isn't it Superman?
Muddy?
Yeah, Muddy? Are you just making shit up? Isn't it Superman? I'll be your Superman or whatever.
I don't
Wait,
know.
hold on. We should know this. Hold on. Look up Puddle of Mud real quick. We should know
you
this.
You look up Puddle of Mud.
Okay. You look up Juggernaut. Yeah. Okay. Puddle of... I know the audience loves it when we stop.
Yes.
This is the high quality kind of entertainment you get here at the commercial break. Okay. Puddle of Mud with band members.
It's Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. Okay.
Yes.
So they had, here is their discography. I know, but what is their famous songs? Come Clean, Life on Display, famous.
Clean.
Yeah, but what are the songs that, I really want to know the songs that they had that were famous. And then I'm going to get into, let's see here.
Well.
Puddle of Mud, She Hates Me is one that I think we could all know.
Yeah.
I know she hates me. I wanna wait even more. She won't hate me.
I know I'm not doing his voice justice. I know there's a lot of Wes Scantlin fans out there. So excuse me if I just, I have to, because anytime I hear that song, it's so catchy. She Hates Me.
Good old Puddle of
Wes
Mud.
Scantlin and his Puddle of Mud crew came into what I believe is a Clear Channel or iHeartRadio studio one early morning, and decided to do one of their Live at 5 bullshits or whatever the fuck they were doing. And they decided to cover.
Was I there?
Were you there?
No, we used to have live performances where
we did.
were.
I don't think we had anybody that famous.
Yeah.
I think we had that guy from Hootie and the Blowfish one time.
We did, and we had Lady A.
Lady Antebellum? Well, they don't call themselves Antebellum anymore.
Lady A.
Yeah, people got upset about that. They came into the studio. I think this is in New York.
This is a highfalutin.
They decided to do a Nirvana cover. Highfalutin. Yes, this is super fancy shit right here.
Okay.
Are you ready for one of the greatest vocal performances that you have ever heard?
I'm always ready for that.
Your ears prepared?
I think so.
Are they powdered and nursed?
They're fluffed.
Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
I want you to listen to Puddle of Mud covering Nirvana's About a Girl. I'm going to let this run for a minute, then we'll play back the tape.
Okay.
With the head to hand, I do make you fit this shoe. I do, but you have a clue.
He's really getting into it.
Does it look like Wes Scantlin's about to take a shit on the
It does.
on the iHeart floor, or am I just confused? Okay, I'll let it run. I'm sorry.
And it's wrong. You hang me out to dry. I can see you every night. Rain. Now, seven in your line. I hope you have a time.
That guy next to him's like,
I know. Everybody in the band is like, holy shit. We're dying a slow death live on radio. First of all. Second of all, I want you to notice that half of the band members, of which there are 4, are wearing pajamas. That's
they
how
are.
early it
They're
is.
wearing pajama pants.
So I'm not here to beat up Wes Scantlin 100%. I'm just 80%. Because I will say this. First thing in the morning, if you're a singer, like I was in 33P.
That's right. You know.
Those early morning radio events are really difficult to do because I never did one, but I imagined that if I had to wake up early. We tried early morning band practice, like we were having a couple shows. Yeah. So we tried to go like, and I say early morning, I mean like 11:30 in the morning. Yeah. We'd all just like be so hungover and we tried the early morning and it never worked because it's really hard to get your gears going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nighttime thing, right? For sure. But, Wes is...
It's like us trying to record at 10 a.m. when we tried this a few weeks ago.
I said, come at 10 to 2.
I saw, come at 10
to 2.
Oh, you didn't say that.
Number 2, I do keep a date with you.
It's getting worse.
What year was this? Like, was Nirvana still alive?
No.
Okay.
This is like 5 years ago.
Oh, this is 5 years ago.
Yeah. When did he died in 97, I think? Was it 96 or 97?
Yeah.
96 or 97. No, this is like 5 years ago. Poor Wes, man. He's just trying his little heart out.
He's really
Nothing's
screaming
working. He's got this look on his face where he's like taking a dump. He's like, I do hope a number poo. I do keep a day with you.
Yeah, that was the other guy. The other guy's like laughing.
Yeah, he's laughing. He's like, well, there goes my regular paycheck. I mean, this is well past Puddle of Mud's prime.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is Sirius XM, by the way, not Clear Channel. But so I think Clear Channel or Sirius was just like, Puddle of Mud's going to be in town tomorrow playing the Rinky Dink Arena in front of the circus. You guys, what do you think? Want to bring him in, have him do a song? Yeah, sure. We'll throw it on the internet. This has like 380 million views. Because it's the worst vocal performance that's ever been recorded by a professional musician.
I can see you every night. Real.
Well, at least the guitarist has got it together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least, there you go. A little guitar solo.
Is that the bass?
No.
He's doing the guitar.
Yeah, he's doing the guitar. And I mean, he is struggling. He's struggling to put it all together.
Yeah.
And when you're playing and singing at the same time, it's not an easy thing to do.
Really?
No. Well, imagine your mind's working on one tempo here and one tempo here. So it's difficult to do. I give him credit for that. I do hope you...
Number 2. He said number 2.
He did. He goes, I take a number 2.
said it.
Sirius XM studio number 3. This is CEO Sirius XM. What in the good fuck is going on downstairs? It sounds like there are rats dying right below me. Oh, no, that's just Wes Scantlin from Puddle of Mud. Oh! What? Get him off our radio before he kills the whole satellite industry.
Yeah. He's really trying.
I know. It sounds like if diarrhea had a voice.
That would be it. That would be it.
Take it, then it's wild. You hear me out to dry. I can see you every night.
Lord, it's painful. Cover flop. I love the title of this cover flop. The musical instruments sound great.
Listen, not a particularly difficult song to play, but all the rest of the band came and they brought their A game. Now, Wes, I think Wes is high. That's my personal opinion. Because no one makes this kind of face unless there are narcotics involved.
Maybe.
In the situation. I love it. It's the Wes. You're so good. Well, that was 3 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
Wow, 3:16.
Okay, now just listen to the beginning of the song for a second. Watch his face right before he goes into it.
He's gearing up.
He's like, I hope they don't know I'm fucked up. That's a face I've seen. That's a face I've brought to the gas station many a 6 o'clock in the morning to get beer when the 6 o'clock beer run opens. I do use my credit card to buy some more beer from you. Sorry, man, can't open my mouth. My teeth are wired shut.
Exactly. I've ground them down.
That's why I need the beer to unlock my mouth. It's been 3 hours since we had beer. Do you remember the days when you would walk into the gas station? I remember. I'll say me.
Okay.
I remember when I walked into the gas station.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this. There was one time when I was living downtown, and there was a couple of gas stations. They were like half a mile away. You could take the back roads to them, right? So I felt it was safe. I remember after one particularly long night, I needed beer. Because that was the only thing that was going to cure my woes.
Yeah.
And it had been about 4 hours since I had a beer. So first of all, watching the clock was a painful event, right? I just was waiting for 6 o'clock to roll around. And when 5:58 finally came around, I just never forget this. I decided that it was now appropriate to get in the car and start making my ways. Beer o'clock. Mm-hmm. And I get in the car, which I was driving this big old, like, hefty truck at the time. Like I don't even know what you call it. Like hefty. A Ford. It was a Ford, like a Bronco?
Like a Bronco?
Okay, that's what it was. Okay. It was like a Bronco. You know, it was a 4-door Bronco. And I just remember.
Jacked up wheels.
Jacked up Bryan. It's what it was. Jacked up wheels, jacked up Bryan.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, like, backing down that driveway in the neighborhood, driving like 6.5 inches per hour because I didn't want to get pulled over, right? Mm-hmm. And I only had to make it half a mile to the gas station. Every side street that there was, I decided to turn into to make sure that I wasn't being followed by a police officer. By the time I got to the gas station, it was 6:45. I was just such a mess. I sat in the car for like 15 minutes deciding whether or not I really wanted to go into the gas station. Drugs are a hell of a thing, kids. Stay away from the drugs. That's all I got to say. Wes Scantlin obviously did not stay away from the drugs because he is a hot fucking mess. Let's review this in more detail, Krissy.
Okay.
I need an easy friend. I do with the head
I mean, again, my cue is from the guy to the left of him, stage right.
Stage right.
Stage right.
Wow, Krissy, look at you.
Stage right. He's
right.
laughing and he has pajama pants on.
He has pajama pants on. He's laughing probably because he knows how fucked up his singer is. Yeah. He's like, God damn it, when I left him at 11:30, last thing I said was, no more cocaine, go to sleep. We got to be at Sirius XM at 5:15 in the morning. And Wes said, yeah, no problem, bro. I ain't got any more blow.
Yep.
Meanwhile, in Wes's brain.
Oh, thank you for this too. I do, but you have a clue.
He's just trying so hard.
I mean, his facial expressions
Are just
really are painful looking.
Just imagine, you know, when people stick their head out the window at 100 miles per hour, like the dog is going down the street with the big, it's like his face is all pulled back and floppy. That's how Wes looks every time before he opens his mouth.
Take it, then it's wow. You hang me out to dry. I can see you every night.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
What do you think the Sirius executives are saying at this moment? If there are any Sirius executives that attended this particular event.
Yeah, they're like, this was a mistake.
Yeah, they're thinking, we should have left Puddle of Mud alone. They were fine where they were.
We should have had them do an instrumental.
Yeah.
But maybe they're thinking.
And somebody made a bad call on. I wonder if anybody lost their job over this. Probably not after
wonder
300.
if, like, they are the ones that decided to cover this, or it was somebody that suggested it.
Here's my guess, because this is how. Because just knowing, being in a band for so long, being a singer of a prominent rock band myself, I know how this goes. You go on tour, right, and you're touring. You know, whatever,
nursing homes.
200, nursing homes, house parties. Nursing home house parties, and
it's a nursing home house
band
party.
number 1 out of 22 that will play on Monday night starting at 6:15 in the afternoon.
Right.
You're playing 200,
you know the drill.
Yeah, you're playing 200 nights a year. You don't want to play your own shit always. And so what usually happens is, like, during a sound check, or when you're in the van, or when you're just stopped somewhere or whatever, some guy goes, hey, let's play Nirvana's About a Girl, and they start twiddling around and they play it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not a particularly hard song to cover. To sing, it is, because Kurt's original register is very high.
Right.
But Kurt had an open throat. There is nothing open about Wes right now.
No.
His teeth are clenched. His mouth looks like he's taken a turd. His vocal cords are absolutely closed. Like, there's no air going through those vocal cords. That's why and so they just pick this as one of the songs.
We have you to break this down.
Yeah, what happens if Bryan's not here?
I know.
Then it's just another useless Wes Scantlin breakdown video. But when Bryan's here, it's just another useless Wes Scantlin breakdown video.
You bring a breadth of experience.
I do. It's all bullshit, but at least I'm trying. Wes's throat is so closed where Kurt's was not. He had this like very free, scratchy, lot of air going through his mouth. That sounded actually technical. So I think they happened upon this song as one of those songs that they would play every once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Probably like the rest of us.
Let's bust it out.
Yeah, when they were high on cocaine at the hotel room, they would be like, let's play About a Girl again. We'll get this one down. The crowd will go wild. And so they broke this out. They said, hey, we'll play About a Girl if it's cool with you. Unfortunately, they didn't count on Wes being up for 6 days in a row before he showed up. But I think this is how his voice has always sounded. Because I went back and listened to a couple of their live performances.
Puddle of Mud.
Yeah, Puddle of Mud. Well, Wes Scantlin more specifically, tours on his own. He does like the casino tours. You know what I'm saying?
Does.
Casino and small clubs.
Okay.
People show up. And the reason why they show up is because Wes is inevitably fucked up. And I mean way fucked up. Like, sometimes he's fallen asleep on stage. Sometimes he just sits there and smokes cigarettes and yells at the crowd while the band is playing. Yeah, Krissy, there are all kinds.
It's one way to do it.
Incredible videos about Wes Scantlin. No, he's got a bad drug or alcohol problem and probably some mental issues to go along with it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make fun of that, but it's kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? He just like tips over on stage one time. He's sitting on a chair. He's singing the Puddle of Mud songs, which are not meant to be sad. And if you're going to have a band called Puddle of Mud,
You don't sit on stage. That's not what you do.
No, you gotta
it's all
rock
about
it.
the cocky, rocky dick shit, right? You just, she hates me. Hates me.
What?
So he falls over all over the place. Wes is a hot fucking mess.
I didn't realize this
Wes is
about
a hot.
Wes.
Oh, he's like a notorious mess too.
Although I've just never paid attention to
No, why would you? Unless you spend 57 hours in front of your computer every day staring at absurd YouTube videos, then you would know. But just know this is not unusual for Wes.
Okay.
To phone in a
Par for the
horrible
course.
par for the course is exactly right. Let's listen just to another minute of this.
His head like rose up further off of his body.
I know. He went like 7 inches in
he
the
went
air.
turtle.
Yeah. Poor Wes Scantlin.
Yeah.
Hope you have the time. I do. Pick up number 2.
Number 2.
He does say, I do take a number 2, didn't he? Is that the actual lyrics of the song? I think so. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Hold on one second. I'll go back to About a Girl.
I don't think it said I do
lyrics.
take a number 2.
I don't know. Let's see.
It could have. Kurt could have gone down that road.
I do pick a number 2.
Oh,
I'm
pick.
standing here in your line. I do hope you have the time. I do pick a number 2, meaning T-O-O. I do pick a number 2. I do keep a date with you. He
Okay.
says, I do take a number 2.
I'm pretty sure he said take.
Just to bring it to that next level of, artistic authenticity.
Creativity.
He made his own lyrics to About a Girl that included I do take a number 2.
Yeah.
Which is so apropos for his face.
It really
Yeah.
is. No,
Keep
it
on.
goes together.
Yeah.
It goes.
With you. You hang me out to dry.
I mean, that guy is laughing.
That guy is
The
the
guitarist is laughing.
thinks this is way too funny. It thinks it's way too funny, which makes me believe maybe that this is all a joke. Like maybe Wes has always been singing this song badly. And the guitarist is like, I'm going to get you, dude.
Yeah.
I hate all your fucking drinking and drugging and boozing on the tours. I hate the small paychecks I get because you wrote the only song that ever mattered in the Puddle of Mud category. So guess what? I'm going to fuck you, dude. And he said, you go ahead.
Yeah,
you know what we should do? Yeah.
He encouraged it.
We should do About a Girl. It's so good. You did such a good job with that, Wes. I do.
I know.
Well, let me sing it here. Hey guys, let's sing about a girl. So bad. Well, I was never a big Puddle of Mud fan in the first. Did you ever like Puddle of
No.
Mud? Do you ever know any of the Puddle of Mud
No.
songs? Do you ever care about Puddle of Mud?
No.
Well, I don't know what else to say. I've given you Wes Scantlin. I've given you Vince Neil. I've given you Bryan Green. I think I've done all I can to make sure you have a wonderful weekend. And now I want to take a minute to get a little bit serious. I want to thank one of our listeners, Luke. And let me explain why. Podcasting can be a really lonely venture, even if you're sitting here with somebody like I am with Krissy. We talk into these microphones, we edit the shows, we throw them out to the world on our RSS feed. In the case of the commercial break, we're lucky enough to watch all of these huge numbers on this screen go up and up every month, and we're super grateful for everyone on the end of each of those numbers. But a lot of times, we don't get the other end of the conversation. We have lots of people that text and call and send us wonderful messages, but every once in a while, I get a message that makes all of this energy and effort absolutely worth it. The reason Krissy and I do this show is because it brings a little light and a little laughter to our own lives. In tough times, we know we have each other in friendship and in laughter, and this silly little podcast has given us a reason to do that more often than most friendships are afforded. Luke explained to me that he found the commercial break during a tough time in his life, and it brought a little smile, and that he was grateful for the laughter that TCB brings him 3 times a week. That little message, those 4 sentences, makes all of the headaches and all of the drama that go into creating this show go away. I'd gladly trade all of the big numbers and all of the sponsors for putting one more smile on a new friend's face. I think of all of the people who have helped create this show over the time it's been around. Tina Cano, Big Will the Champ, Memfo Will, Marianne, Rachel McGrath, our supportive spouses, Astrid and Jeff, Gustavo and Danny, my brother from another mother, and the other Danny, my brother from my actual mother. When I think about it, this silly little absurd podcast has changed our lives, Krissy and I. And when I hear from someone that it might be changing their life too, I am humbled beyond words. And so maybe it's the Robitussin talking, but thank you. Every one of you, the ones who've shown up as just a number and the ones who've reached out. And that's the truth. Krissy and I love you. I don't know that there's anything else to say today. Just know that while I've been sick in this complete fever dream of a week, I've been thinking of you, the listener, and how awesome it is to have so many new friends. We'd love to hear from you. You know how. 661-237-8296. To text or leave a voicemail, hit us up on the website, tcbpodcast.com. At The Commercial Break on Instagram, or you can comment on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/thecommercialbreak. The universe is a funny lady, and life can be a bitch. But when things get really tough, we know laughter can scratch that itch. I love you. Best to you out there in the podcast universe. And until next time, I always say, I do say, and I will say, bye.